This is my beautiful house. This is Marmaduke. My beautiful car, Kaya. My beautiful motorbike. And new additions to the family of Solomon. The other children who I'm looking after, who are looking after me. Beautiful plants in my garden. Now I'd like it if Django is here, my lovely little boy, my puppy, but he's on vacation, getting some training. And lastly, the view on this misty morning from my garden. So today I want to talk about growing up. Because you could say a great deal, possibly all of our suffering, is our refusal to grow up. And having, as I just showed you outside, these children in my life, and particularly my dog Django, these are a great way to cultivate the best possible relationship with your own inner child, and possibly even more so if you have actual children. But certainly with a dog, if you're a conscious soul, loving your dog, wanting to take responsibility for it and do the right thing, and also having the humility to not assume you know what the right thing is at this point, but doing your best, then these are great ways. Well, that for me has been a great way to cultivate and learn about the relationship with my own inner child, which I project onto this lovely dog. And through this lovely dog I get to see, wow, he's amazing. He's so gorgeous. So I get this reflection of, let's say, where I am in alignment. But I also get the learning of where I still have things I can improve. And the same goes for your relationship with your inner child. And conscious souls at this time are being called to grow up. I'm being called to grow up. It's not always fun, but it is the only way. And what does growing up mean? So, the slogan of my own business is to stop healing and start living, because I was on the healing path for a long time. Hiding away. Apparently putting myself through lots of challenges, and in the beginning they were challenges, but spending so long on this path, waiting to get it right, waiting to be strong enough, you could say waiting to grow up, but actually I was keeping myself stuck, because all the trials eventually became comfortable. So I could avoid what really was where my growth really was, which was to start living. And that requires growing up. It's a bit of a snub to the spiritual ego, but we don't want the spiritual ego. It's no better than all the other egos. In fact, it's more convoluted and self-justifying. If you, like me, want to expand, then you're going to have to start to grow up and live in this world. Because that's all there is. There's just life to be lived. All the ideas about enlightenment or somewhere else, past and future, they're all just ideas. The only place anything can ever evolve or happen, and yet at the same time paradoxically not, but is now. So I'm learning to give up complaining. And it's pretty, it's very entrenched. I think the vast majority of humanity is being weaned on a diet of complaining and injustice and not enough, unworthiness. But the time has come to call bullshit on all of that. And what is all of that? It's the inner child. It's the eternal child that doesn't want to grow up. Now, it's not going away. Your inner child is not to be cast out, cleaned. It's perfect, it's beautiful. It is actually your life force. It's such a sacred thing. But when it's running in the show, you can only stay stuck in limitation. But when you trust yourself, when you recognize that you exist, you have a right to exist, then comes the question of claiming it. And this is where being an adult comes in, because you have to claim it. You have to let go of all those things outside of you, those relationships, to all sorts of things, relationship to authority, relationships to other people. Primarily, they're your relationship to yourself. And you choose something better for yourself, but you claim it and you take the action to make it happen. And through that, you discover where you're choosing limitation, where you're choosing to give too much energy to the wounded inner child. And it requires balance and fine-tuning. It doesn't happen overnight. As a good parent to a dog or to children, but primarily to yourself, you're going to encounter tantrums from your inner child. You're also going to encounter, hopefully, more and more, the beauty of your inner child. It's freedom to play. But it can only be free to play when it knows, when it feels heard and seen by you in all its states of being. So how does a good parent treat its child? If it's being unreasonable and making itself sick or suffering needlessly because it doesn't understand, that parent lovingly and skillfully sets a boundary with that child. Okay, you've gone too far now. All this complaining, all this insisting, all this control freakery. I hear you and I see you, but no. Daddy's got this, Mummy's got this. And when they're in their most angelic, beautiful expression, it's amazing, and you leave them to it. But as an adult, to grow up is that relationship with your inner child. And it's to be able to be conscious of it, loving to it, and allow it to be whatever it needs to be, but to not be a slave to it. And when mummy, daddy, and child are all in line, the child can relax because mummy and daddy have grown up. They learnt the lessons that they're now imparting to their own child. That, yes, you're loved and you absolutely have a right to be who you are, but you're not more special than anyone else. You're ordinary, and that is enough. And as you come closer and closer to that sweet spot, you grow in self-confidence, humble confidence. You allow yourself to play and be that free inner child, creative, in love with life, no preconceptions, without fears. Because you stepped through those fears. You claimed your life. You remembered who you are. So that's why my company's slogan is stop healing and start living. All this healing, all this attempting to correct, all this kind of negotiating and battling with the inner child, because the wounded inner child, unfortunately, is a terrorist. And now I refuse to negotiate with terrorists. And this is called being an adult. Stating your terms, not to control or dominate another person, but just because that's your truest self-expression. And the test track for that is life. No other way. I spent 30 years healing, being a good spiritual person, trying to improve myself. But it was all just a negotiation with a belief inside myself that I wasn't worthy, that I had to improve. You don't have to improve. You just have to be you. So give up the search and just start to live life. And if this resonates with you and you feel I can help you with that, because I've been there, I've both been there and I'm in it. I'm always still learning. I'm on my own path. And it gives me great freedom to be able to say that publicly, just because, yeah, I'm not here to be a perfect coach. I'm learning all the time. But it's improving. I'm not trying to improve myself. I'm allowing myself to be more and more in freedom and joy and pursuing what I want without apology. Without needing to rely on the approval of others, because that's what most of the world is doing. And in the spiritual world, they pretend that they're not, but they are. And it won't get you there. It won't help you find your happiness. But working with someone who's seen the correct direction and is refining the coordinates of the destination that is always evolving, then perhaps you can work with me to look at your limiting beliefs, to drop them, and to choose more and more what you really want, without getting lost in all the bullshit of the spiritual search, all the codependency. So if you're done with all of that, you're courageous, and have the self-love to actually pursue your happiness unapologetically. And let's face it, just more efficiently. Your freedom lies in sovereignty, and there is no sovereignty in the groupthink of spiritual circles. It can be nice, but you're not asking anybody's permission. You're sovereign. And if that appeals to you, great, come and work with me. I can help you accelerate that process and help you clean your perspective to align. It's what worked for me. It's what is working for me, for as long as I don't make it into a job. Mine's a tricky thing. Okay, yeah, I'm offering a free half-hour contact call if you want to just chat and hear more. Let me know what's going on in your life. Then, yeah, check out my website and book a free call with me. Let's see. Website is courtinmoney.com. Links in the description. So, yeah, be free. Have a great day. Bye for now.